Here we go. Hello, hello. Welcome back. We continue. So yeah, we have for traces, we had this macro, but we also had like this macro and basically those things, right? And thanks to that, we get, for example, this data. And you can see that's, well, basically, yeah. Basically, trade destroy block is all of this. And the update, updating the mesh, is just this, to re-render it. The real problem was that I'm checking the raycast with like all the chunks, with like a bunch of chunks, for some reason. Like almost all, probably. And another problem is that I can't have a proper what? Because of the distortion in my fragment, well, in my vertex shader, I can't. Well, I can't do things properly, right? So I basically wanted to change the way I'm making raycasts in itself. I'm not going to make a raycast on CPU. I'm going to do things on the GPU. So color picking, we have this. So we tell it exists, I guess. So like mesh array format is this. Format custom 0. So it doesn't work. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? What? Do I need to set flag? Bit fields. Can I do this, for example? Okay, this works. This doesn't. Okay, never mind. I get it. I get it. So I set the flag custom 0 to say that it's enabled, and then I do array custom or I guess not this one. Mesh. I guess it's from mesh. Yeah, that's what it's saying too. And is this the same? Incomplete type. Yeah. Send resources mesh. Thin resources mesh. So we have. So this is not valid. A. Wait, no suitable constructor exists. From array format. What? Okay. And what if I do this? Mesh. Well. Mesh. Array custom. So I have array custom 0. Wait, which one is it? Array format custom 0 and array custom or flush. for example. And I have to move it. I have to move it by this. Array custom 0 shift. And now it's good. Okay, now this is good. Perfect. Ryzen GPU sounds natural to me. That's not what I'm talking about. But you could convince me a lot of things then again. Well, basically, rays on GPU, they can be done with like ray tracing, like ray marching, right? But that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm using some trick. Yeah, I'm a master of tricks. I do a lot of tricks. You know, the smart way of doing things. Basically, you know, to the screen, I'm rendering a texture, right? I'm rendering a texture to the screen. And the thing is, in that texture, we can actually store informations. Like, if we draw with a triangle, for example, we're going to render the color of that triangle, right? But you can also actually render additional things. Can we? Wait a second. Wait a second. I'm actually... Wait a second, can you? But yeah, you can render additional things, let's say, okay, assume you can, and then you can just retrieve the texture on the CPU, get the pixel at the middle, because that's the one I want, and retrieve that data, and basically retrieve the object's data, the cube's ID, and remove that cube. And it's basically no matter how many chunks you have, no matter how many blocks you have, it's not, I mean, there's a cost, but it's not dependent on the amount of objects. You're encoding data into the renderer, then decode it later. Yeah, well, basically for each triangle, I'm going to put the object's ID, the triangle, or like the face, or like the cube's ID, rather, and the chunk's ID, maybe. And then, after rendering that texture, I retrieve that data. I retrieve the data of the triangle that has been rendered in the middle of the screen. And I just get back my cube and my chunk in O1. So it's pretty good. So yeah, that's why I'm making like this thing. But I was just thinking that it's not gonna work because I still have to retrieve my frame buffer, like my texture, probably. Do I? Like I still need a custom shader for that. Like you could set the color to your bit's representation of your data, then read that color into a value later. Naively speaking. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I can. That's it. You got it right. You got it right. So, what is that? Well, I mean, this is supposed to be good. My question was, if I add this custom buffer to my already existing render pipeline, can I don't think I can. I think I really have to run a custom thing. Wait, actually, it's not a problem if there's a delay. Well, can I write? Wait, can I write in a custom texture? Wait a second. I think I have to, well, Godot, can I add a custom output buffer, a custom output buffer to the default render pipeline? I guess that's my question. So yeah, I can't. So that means I have to make my custom thing, maybe. So if it's dedicated, I can render it into the albedo, render to a viewport. That's not really what I don't really want to render it into the albedo, but yeah, I can encode it. Create your own render path with rendering device. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because that way I can render into my custom texture. But now you're essentially implementing your own renderer path. That's fine. Well, if I go to this renderer, I can do that too. Because I have the custom engine. But I don't want to slow down every frame. Because I'm going to have like more rendering information, right? Then expose it to shaders. How many editors implement selection buffers? I mean, I guess the good thing with that is that it's I don't have to wait, so there's no delay. This requires modifying files such as different things. Completely custom render path. Yeah, that's what I want. So maybe custom compositor that avoids a sub-viewport, but it's essentially writing a miniature renderer on top of rendering device. We do not be worried about visual malformations affecting true state. What do you mean? You mean the color changing? Custom render path. Render only visible geometry. I'm not sure about the custom render path. I don't think I want that. Well, UI detection. Well, maybe I do. Yeah, I'm not sure about what the difference. I've never used the compositor, so I'm not sure what the difference is between making my own render path and the rest, and the compositor. Difference between custom render path and using the compositor. Show me the differences. For the example above, yes, if the color is, say, affected by time of day, and that is coupled to data state. Basically, I know I'm not going to write into the color buffer, so there's no worry about that. And what I'm specifically trying to do is to not put it into a float buffer. I'm putting it specifically, I want to put it specifically into well, a buffer that's like good for what I want to do, that contains like enough, well, what I want, right? I'm not going to be hacky, really. That's why I'm having so much trouble, I guess, with Godot and GPT right now. They happen at very different points in the pipeline. That runs after the scene has already been rendered. So yeah, that's actually not very good, because the geometry pass is already done. Oh wait, never mind, I can... Wait, yeah, if I do that, wait. It sees this, it does not see. That's fine. Custom render pass. Is it? Yeah, I can use this to write my ID because I already have my custom buffer. Yeah. Okay, I can do it. And custom render pass. I mean, this should be like with less delay. There should be like less delay with that. And can output whatever you want. So this one is like very good for flexibility and stuff. Compositor. Yep. Custom pass. I draw this. Cost. Full screen triangle. Or compute shader. Wait, what? Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be I mean, I need the geometry. Well, I already have it actually. Wait. Oh yeah, wait, I have the input buffers, but I don't have the output. That's the problem. Yeah, never mind. I can't use the compositor. Oh, I can... No, never mind. Wait. Ah! No, I can use the compositor. Wait, what's the pipeline again? So color texture, depth texture, normal texture. I don't think I have the texture that has this. That's going to have my thing. So I'm going to need a custom pass. I'm going to do a custom pass. Can access everything. A custom pass. Bloom. I mean, yeah, that's not what I want. Object picking. Yeah, this one you can't really do that. In Godot, it's a custom render pass. No. Draw geometry, ID texture. No. my mic. Do I need my custom buffer uploaded already beforehand for all the geometry? Because I can't like re-upload everything. If you have this, that mesh is rendered. Yeah, I need this already is what I meant. Yeah, I am not going to push back to the GPU all the buffers. Wait, actually it's not all the buffers. Wait, it's vertices and indices. But yeah, that mesh is rendered. GPU vertex buffers are used. So yeah, it's like sharing the same data. Okay. So the picking shader can do things. Yeah, but for the viewport, I don't want the viewport because the viewport is rendering to... I don't like it. So Godot writes custom pipeline using rendering device. Must have Godot seen renderer and talking directly to Vulkan. Yeah, indeed. Wait, oh, right. Oh no, I just realized what that meant. Oh no. No. Wait a second. The viewport. Can I have a custom output buffer? It's not gonna be the case. That's the way you might be imagining. One final color texture. Yeah, that's what I thought. Albedo equals this instead. Output your custom data into the viewport's color buffer. Yeah, so I don't like this. I hate this. Actually, can I use flat textures? No, can I put more? But yeah, I'm going to have my custom thing, I think. But I'm gonna try. Oh wait, he's gonna use... Oh. Right. Multiple viewports. Yeah. Implements custom render pipeline. No. Here we go. Culling materials and scene renderer from a standalone. This. Okay. Yeah, I don't really care, do I? Means you're becoming the renderer. Yep. Minimum architecture looks like this. Vertex buffer, render pipeline, read back. So a chunk mesher. For picking using an integer texture. So this is like the output texture. So I get this. I set the format of the output texture. So width and height of 1. Because I only need the pixel at the center. I set the type, so it's a 2D texture. The format is, in this case, it's like a uint of size 32 bytes. So it's like a lot of possibilities, which is great. Usage bits. I'm just thinking about how I'm going to pull probably my chunks so I can fit it inside maybe a small texture, because the smallest the better, right? Then usage bits. Color attachments? No. Can copy from bit. Okay. I create it. Create the frame buffer. So the frame buffer with the attachments. So this one is going to be the texture rewrite 2. Okay. Then we have the vertices. Wait, what? Position object ID. No, not like that. Wait, with a stride? Really? I'm not sure about the stride. Upload vertices. I mean, I can upload, but they should already be uploaded. So I can probably optimize things a bit with that. Vertex array. Vertex array. Wait, what? So I push back the vertex. Wait, what? Yeah, I add it here. And I vertex array create. Or ID. Vertex buffer into a vertex. Okay. Oh, with the formats. Oh, right, with the formats, because I need to... Yeah, I upload the buffer into a staging buffer. And then I have to tell it to say what it's going to be used for it to be optimized and stuff. Yeah, okay, yeah, like Vulkan is Vulkan. Then we have the shader. So it's GLSL, because I guess we can't do that in Godot. Well, in the Godot's own thing. And we have the fragment. And we can have something very optimized this way. Well, not very... Well, the fragment is very optimized, but then we have the cost of changing shaders. I guess. So I'm not sure about that, but... I mean, we are forced to, kind of. Well, maybe we're not forced to, but... It's like a bit more clean, I would say. Compile to Spear 5. I have to compile. So I'm gonna compile ahead of time. Then we have the pipeline, rasterization, multisample. I don't want to multisample. Stencil. Depth stencil. I guess I want the depth, because I want to get the closest one. And the blend, color blend. I don't think I want this. Get frame buffer format. Render pipeline create. Okay, and then I can draw. So I can draw list. Yeah, that's very Vulkan-like. So I record the lists of commands. So render pipeline, vertex array, push constant. So yeah, it's the uniforms and that kind of stuff. Then I draw. I bind, set the uniforms, draw. Wait, is it like for every... Oh no. Wait. That means I won't be able to use my custom shader though. Well, I will be able to, but... I mean, yeah, I can. I always can. So then I submit and sync. I can potentially wait. Can I? Yeah, probably. Anyways, yeah. Well, I'm not sure about that. Read the results. The problem you're about to hit. It doesn't know a lot of stuff. You must provide them yourself. No! That's why you must go to render programmers stop and ask, why am I not just rendering my existing scene to a 1x1 subviewport? Because the moment you switch to pure while rendering, you lose all integration with the scene renderer. The next question is whether you want a pipeline that renders your existing Godot meshes, or fully standalone. I don't want a standalone one. I want a pipeline that renders all my existing meshes. And that's the question is... Also, is this slow? The answer is yes. And can I have it async instead? Well, can I have, well, slow and blocking? Can I have a callback for when the textures is rendered instead? So in this case, oh, I have visible meshes, render visible meshes. Oh my god. Then pure rendering device is not the right abstraction. Okay, yeah. Wait, Godot's renderer does not expose. No! So there's no API like that. Or render scene. So this is why no! Custom frame buffer plus Godot scene renderer. And this. Yeah. You wait, no, and then you resume. Yep. Asynchronous. Yeah, this is for the best. So it exposes this. Okay. And then we have this, so this is nice. Frame delayed speaking. Most engines do something like this. Mouse click and +1 select object. Nobody notices, I do. I can avoid waiting completely. Then wait. No! I mean, I'm gonna connect instead. And then read. Wait, I can just read it like this. I'm just gonna use the subviewport, yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna use the subviewport. This feels a lot easier and also more optimized. I think this is less clean, but this is more optimized. So I'm gonna have to do it anyways at one point if I want to optimize. So yeah, let's not care about it being clean. It's like, you know, well, we're at a point where optimization matters, and yeah. So update onth. Then I await rendering server frame post draw. Okay. Let me move this on the side. I'm just going to minimize it. And let's just go here. We have the subviewport. We do that already. And now what was it again? Okay. So rendering server dot frame post draw dot connect. I don't want to await, and on pickup finished. I'm going to put this one there. And this should be at the end of the frame. All the viewports. Okay. So let's do this. We should have the text get texture. Wait. Yeah, get texture dot get image. Can I do that? Yeah. Wait, what? So I do this and I have the image, but how can I... Do I have to make a custom shader for like everything? With my sub viewport, by using a sub viewport, I have to make a custom shader for every object, and like material, and material for every object, switching it from the default one. What's the default one? Okay. Material override. You don't modify every material. Oh, right. I render the same meshes with a single picking material. Oh, right. Oh, that's why you have the... yeah, the material override. Wait, what? Override? For example, no, the mesh is the same. Only the material differs. Yeah. So material override per mesh instance. So I can, yeah. A single picking material. On the viewport scene. Okay. Oh, on the viewport scene. Wait. Oh! Wait, use occlusion coding. Oh, occluder. No, that's fine. I should have... So you're telling me you have a material here? No, there isn't. Huh. In viewports, chunk mesh, normal material. Wait, what? On viewports scene. So the scene. Do not modify every material. Renders the same meshes with a single picking material. Override. But for many objects this becomes annoying. Render layers plus duplicate visual not. So normal material and the same but with this. And put them on different layers. The picking camera only sees the picking layer. This duplicates nodes, which you probably don't want for... yeah. If you need a different ID per object, where does this come from? I mean, I already have it. Yeah, this is my ID, this is good. Instance uniform. I mean, I'm gonna do that too. But yeah, per material uniform. What? Has one ID. Then the same shader is reused, but the instance data changes. Yeah. Not spare material. What I would do for you, Vexen, old chunk, okay. Override all material. No! Assign a different material to the meshes rendered in that viewport. Or render separate scene slash tree. Or use a custom rendering path. Yeah. And when the picking viewport updates. No. A true custom geometry path. Wait. Add a second output attachment for IDs. I kind of want to implement it, but I feel like it's going to be such a pain. This is going to be such a pain. Using second material slash path somewhere. Oh, yeah. Can I get the depth buffer? Okay. How can I get it afterwards? In a shader. Yeah, no, I'm not talking about that. So in the compositor effect, I can do this. Yeah, I know. That's the OID though. Then use it to, well, in your compute slash render path. I mean, I can get it too, right? An internal renderer resource. Never mind. No! Compositor effect, I'll say no. Rendering device. Yep. Color, depth, object ID. I really do want to do that, but I'm not sure. Selection buffers, but it requires engine source modifications. If you rendered it using with RD, then texture get data. Wait, I can do that. RD, wait, with RD. Yeah. Geometry path, object ID, read centered pixel. Okay, I don't want to spend too much time on that. Well, let's think about optimizing our time. We want to do things fast, and we're going to modify this later if necessary, but only if necessary. So the best way to do it is if using subviewport. Does that mean I have to copy every object to that subviewport? The answer is yeah. And change the materials for all of them. The answer is yeah. Not necessarily. Does not render a separate scene tree. It renders the same world 3D. Okay, I know. So I can do this and then this, and both cameras can look at the same worlds. Okay. I don't need to duplicate. Yeah. The real issue is the material. So can I, because if it's rendered, is it going to be at the same time? It will render them with the normal material. Is it? To get object IDs, you need a different shader somewhere. Yeah. There's no global material override. Yep. And I want the game to continue playing. That supports buff nodes. Wait, buff mods? Wait, what? Oh no. Oh. With a if in the shader? With a if in the shader? Maybe I can use like the stencil buffer, I don't know. Cannot have false and true for the same material. Yeah, it's shared, I know. Second material. Same mesh to materials, switch when rendering peaking. How can I do that? Duplicate mesh nodes. I mean, I'm not gonna duplicate, I'm gonna do this, if I can. And custom render path. Draw chunk mesh, output custom 0. No duplication, no material switching, but you lose integration. You often don't need object IDs at all, since you own the mesh generation. Yeah, I can do that. Then a picking shader can output that data directly. Yeah, I mean, that's the object ID. So Mesh already contains the information. I mean, actually, the custom render pipeline might not be that difficult, now that I think about it. Because we already have like the global position of objects, of the meshes and stuff. I don't need a unique material per chunk. Yeah, I know. So for method 1, about switching materials, how can I ensure only my sub-viewport uses the right material? Isn't it gonna stuck the other one? Yep, that's the problem. Yep. Separate layers. Call mask. Oh! Wait, layer 1, layer 2. Oh, wait. Separate layers. Separate world 3D. Custom renderer pass. No, wait, let me see this. Layers. Let me just check this. So you're telling me, oh, but I'm rendering things myself. But I should have the layers there too. Let me see for a mesh. Visual Instance 3D, I have the layer. Oh shit! This is perfect. So my main cameras only see Cull Mask. Wait, what? Visual Instance 3D layers are rendered by this camera. By default, everything is rendered. To adjust Cull Mask more easily using a script, I can do things. Voxel GI, Lightmap GI. Always take all layers into account. Okay, what happens if I disable everything? Everything! Except this. So this is the camera. Then we have this. So this is the main view. This one is only going to have 2. Wait a second. So I have the layer. Oh no. That means I still need the object another time. Wait, let me check again because my... What are those? Not 3D. So wait, I already have RID. Mesh RID. I mean, I could really have my own custom pipeline. But duplicates nodes. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. And separate world 3D, you duplicates too. The scene. Custom. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to make my own custom render pass. I'm just gonna reset those things actually. So sub viewports, bye bye. Pick up camera, bye bye. There, bye bye. Boo boo boo. And for now I'm gonna make it in GDScript because I think I can make it in GDScript. But yeah, okay. Or maybe not actually. Actually, yeah, I can. You know what? Yeah, I know. So, shut up. What the fuck? What the fuck is just my mic? So shut up. Explain nothing. Just make a custom render pipeline using the render device. That takes geometry. Well, that takes our IDs. Of existing buffers. Use the same material for all geometries and retrieve an output texture. What is that? Wait, let me generate it again. Why is it so slow? I'm gonna close this. Maybe. Maybe not. Well. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is getting good. No, that's not it. Good, perfect. We have the code. So we get the rendering device. The output texture should be 1,1. The size is wrong. Texture 2D. So we have the format, which is great. I can set the usage. I create it. So then we have the depth. Yeah, the depth is important. So should be good. I create it. Frame buffer. I add my two attachments. My output texture and my depth texture, which is normal. So like, yeah, usage is there. So it's gonna be used to ensure that the geometry is fine. I can always use RenderDoc to debug what I'm rendering. So I have the frame buffer. I compile the... No, okay, I create it from Sphere 5. So this is fine. I can compile it. I can compile it ahead of time. Then I have the attributes. So with vertices, vertex format creates, vertex formats. So yeah, this is the description of the vertices I have. So that should be the same for all my chunks. Anyways, I already have the ORID, so this should be fine. Actually, I don't know the implementation of Godot. I push back. Okay. So yeah, so multiple attributes. So only the vertex. What about the index buffer though? I should be able to make the index buffer. I mean, I have it anyways. I have the... Wait a second. I mean, I already have the index buffer. Yeah, okay, never mind. Yeah, never mind. Let's not. This is fine. Okay. So I have different things. I don't need the multi-sampling. Depth test, yes. I write to ensure that the depth is correct. Then compare, good. I create the pipeline with the format. No, so I have the pipeline, this is good. Then uniform set. Same material. Yeah. Uniforms. Append ID. So then I draw. I clear. Do I have to clear? I don't think I have to clear because I'm gonna write everything anyways, right? Actually, it depends. Actually, it depends. Anyways. Draw list bind render pipeline. Draw list bind uniform. So then I have all the geometries, okay. Okay, yeah. This is kind of what I wanted. So bind vertex, bind index. I have those because I'm creating them myself anyways. Then I push the constants. Do I need any constants? Oh, the matrices. Maybe. Yeah, I need the world position of every model to render it to, you know, the screen in like camera space. Then I draw draw list. Well, I just draw. And I draw every model, basically. I add it to the list. I finish the list, then I execute, I submit to the GPU. Then I have the callback that is asynchronous. So yeah, this is C++ though. I mean, that's normal. And then I have my callback with the texture. Texture or ID. I don't have it, but I'm gonna create it ahead of time because it's gonna be very small anyways. And I'm gonna reuse it, I think. That way I don't have to upload to the GPU. I don't have to wait for any synchronization and thing. Well, probably kind of, but yeah. Wrap it in a Godot texture. Wait, what? Set texture or No, that should be fine. Yeah, so this is perfect actually. It's like very big. And then I'm gonna have to make a different class, a different file. But this is pretty neat. This is pretty neat. I think we know what we're gonna do. We know what we're gonna do next time, probably. I'm just gonna create that. And yeah. And this is gonna be it. But yeah, this is gonna save my life, really. Rendering utils. Render pipeline. Rendering. Well, actually, it's in rendering. It's about the pickup, right? And I have the OIDs here too. So this is gonna be fine. Chunks. I'm gonna create a new class, render pipelines. And I'm gonna have my own. So... not that. Copy. I'm gonna have render pipelines. Paste. And this is gonna be pickup render pipeline. Pickup render pipeline. Then I guess we can close. We can regenerate. Like this. And yeah, it's decided. We're gonna optimize this because I don't want to do that on CPU. I don't wanna do that on CPU, definitely not. And I mean, technically, I should be able to retrieve the depth too. And if I retrieve the depth, that means I can get the position. Wait a second. Oh, I have to undo the transformation though. Yeah, what am I even saying? I have like the cube I'm clicking on. So it should be good. I mean, I can basically do whatever I want. So forward. I mean, yeah, we already have the vector. It's like the forward of the camera. So we have like literally everything we want. If we have a custom render pipeline. Let's do this. Okay. Render pipeline. So I'm gonna remove. Where is it gonna be though? Notification. I might want this. Pickup render pipeline, maybe. H. Is it gonna be like a node? I mean, I guess it doesn't actually matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's gonna be a node. It's gonna be core main. Actually, it's just main node. Okay. It's core. Wait, what was it? It's in main node. So this is a node. I'm going to have pickup render pipeline. I mean, I guess there should be like a cap actually. Wait, let me rename this here. I'm not sure about this. Okay, let's keep it like this for now. Definitely I'm going to remove this. This. Notification. Okay. So I have the constructor potentially. I'm not gonna do anything with it right now. I'm gonna remove those. I have the OIDs. I'm gonna keep some OIDs and a material. I need the material. Yeah, I'm gonna bind the material. Well, actually, I need a custom material, right? I need a custom shader for my render pass, I mean. So yeah. Okay. So let's go there. Let's go there. Notification, right. Enter worlds. I don't need this. I don't need this. Yeah. I exit. Changed. I don't need this. Enter and exit. I mean, I do want to do something when I enter the world, probably. So there. I remove. I guess we have the. Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. That. Okay, and then we have this. Okay. And we have the include like this. Perfect. We can remove this for now. We have. Do we need? Yeah. Wait, it's not 3D. It shouldn't be, right? Wait, what? It's in not 3D. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to have like simple functions. Yeah, I'm just going to have functions. So for example, prepare pipeline. Without this, without the caps. And then we are going to do execute pipeline. So then we have, let me check what I need. So I have the rendering device. Servers rendering device. I get the singleton. Wait, what? Wait, what? Yeah, that's already this, right? I mean, it should be good. Then I'm gonna do texture create. Texture or buffer? Wait. I can create a buffer. Frame buffer. Uniform texture. I mean, I guess it's a texture. Storage buffer. I'm not sure. I mean, I guess the texture is fine. It depends on like sometimes textures is the same as buffer. So it depends on how you code it, but it's probably buffer. Texture buffer create, yeah. Wait, what's the difference? Texture buffer and texture... Wait, so you have both. You have apparently texture create, and you have texture buffer create, and you have storage buffer create. So yeah, you have those. But this is internal though. No, okay, it's not internal. So this one has to be a specific format. What if I... I mean, I guess yeah, it's a texture I want to create. Let me think. So I have the depth, and I want to write I'm not sure about this. For now, I'm just going to follow GPT. So I have the texture format. This format is gonna have a width of 1, maybe, and a height of 1. And this is incomplete type. So rendering device binds. Servers rendering. Rendering device binds. Okay. So what is the format? Set get. So there should be like a set width and a set height. Does it have like a constructor or something that I can use easily? Okay, no. One. We have sets height. 1. Texture create. So with the format. With a texture view, I guess. I'm gonna have to check this a bit more afterwards. And by default, I guess it's the default, like this. And this is incomplete, right? Is it? Texture, yeah, I can. I have to do this. Wait, do I? Texture format. Wait, so this is a suitable constructor. Oh, wait, so it's different. Okay. Let's try it. Okay. Rendering device. This probably. Yep. And now I should have access to the width and stuff directly. Okay. Okay. Eighth. Width. Should be good. Now I have the format. I have the texture view, which is a bit different. Yeah, GPT is a bit wrong on a few things, but it's alright. Texture view, I think. What do we have inside? Swizzler. So yeah, we're going to keep things this way. We're not going to swizzle anything. Use same as format. Yep. And default is default. Okay. I mean, collisions are fixed. Maybe I want to go sleep now so I can finish the pipeline tomorrow. Because it's gonna be long. It's gonna be long. So yeah, let's actually do that. Whoa. Let's actually do that. Go to exploit. Oh. Okay. So yeah, let's do that. Boo. Oh. Wait, is it good? We have like a few people missing. Oh, Metroidvania month. Recruits. Let me 2 seconds. Let me try this. Okay, so it's time to go. Thank you a lot for this stream, for this. How long was it? 14 hours? It was nice. And see you tomorrow for a smaller stream because I have full-time job tomorrow. So yeah, bye bye. Thanks a lot.